Okay, let's begin the briefing. Operator Eugene Solano, I'll be keeping you up to date. We've got news that an invading LASAF squadron has just taken off from the Puna Plains, en route for an attack on our position, Aubrey Base. From their perspective, this attack is the final nail in our collective coffin. After all, this is the only base that hasn't fallen under their control. I guess we can consider ourselves lucky. It looks like the enemy has gotten a little overconfident and sent only a small attack force. Griffith Squadron, prepare for launch immediately. Fly around the mountains and avoid enemy radar. Oh, I forgot. The enemy squadron consists mainly of bombers supported by several fighters. Please protect this base and destroy the enemy bombers. If everything goes well, we should be able to get the upper hand on the enemy in this area. Alright, one final thing.
Maintain your present course. Do you see the enemy formation on your radar? Read you loud and clear. We're coming up on the enemy from behind, just like we planned. You can let the escorts go. Just make sure you take out all bombers.
We'll show them what we got. After all, we're alien pilots. Isn't that right, Captain?
Excuse me, Griffith 2. Please use code name during the mission. Understood. See, this new guy does everything by the book. Don't you think Princess 1? What? Hold on a second. The city's being bombed. Unbelievable. There are no military facilities in that city. What are you doing? You shouldn't be wasting ordnance. Relax! We're just going to bomb some base in the sticks, right? There'll be more than enough ordnance left to finish the job. One bomber down. Another one has been shot down. Where the hell is our escort? Help me! He's right behind me! A missile! Evading! The enemy! They've snuck up from behind! What? Where the hell did they come from?
The mission was a success. The destruction of the enemy bombers will help keep an enemy invasion of Aubrey base at bay. However, we also suffered serious losses. There's no way anyone could ever call this mission a success. I'm sorry. I couldn't do anything to save them. So that's the super weapon LASAP used to take over all of Aurelia in only 10 days. Who could have imagined that they possessed such destructive power?
Let this be a symbol of the fury borne by our countrymen towards Aurelia.
Such was the impassioned speech of LASAT's commander Diego Gaspar Navarro, as images of the Aurelian squadron's destruction over Cape Aubrey played in the background. A day later, his gravelly voice continued to echo through my hungover brain. October. 1 year after the cessation of the Democratic Republic of LASAT's Civil War. After the Civil War, LASAT began to set their sights on their peaceful neighbor, the Federal Republic of Aurelia, claiming retribution for years of exploitation. The invasion suddenly began. With the ever-present threat of the cloaked airborne fortress, Gleipnir, looming overhead, there was little time to react to the few concerns raised about the validity of the war. Such was the speed at which all of Aurelia fell under LASAT's control. Well, not everything has fallen into their hands, but it's only a matter of time. Looking out over the capital, Gaius Tower is both home to LASAT's Central Command and the very symbol of its power. It was originally intended to be a symbol of Aurelia's peace. How ironic. As I looked up at the sun traveling the same old path across the sky, the rays burned my tired eyes. Damn it. I just wish I could finish covering this completely one-sided war and head back home. I'll never get used to being in the southern hemisphere with its backwards seasons.
The Gleipnir was last confirmed heading southeast across the Puna Plains. However, we lost all trace of it shortly after. Unfortunately, Aurelia's information network can provide no further details at this time. The airborne fortress Gleipnir nearly wiped out our entire attack force. Even with you, sir, our remaining aerial attack strength is severely limited. We no longer have the necessary manpower or supplies to pursue Gleipnir. In addition, there are reports of enemy forces gathering at Port Patterson. If we don't move soon, it will only be a matter of time before they attack from behind. Given the situation, we are left with only one plan of attack. On the Puna Plains lying between Aubrey Base and Port Patterson, LASAT forces attack Puna Base. Destroy if you succeed. We'll gain unless we succeed, don't fail.
situation, Puna Base? We're taking enemy fire. Request reinforcements immediately. Request reinforcements immediately. It'll take some time. We need time to launch. Hold on until reinforcements arrive. Hurry up! If they don't get here soon, there'll be nothing left of this base but a pile of rubble.
Your altitude is too low. Pull up.
Retreating LASAF forces have abandoned Puna base. The base, including all provisions stored there, now belong to us. Now we'll be able to provide backup support for our troops. The battle to retake Port Patterson is about to begin. Our scattered forces have come together for this battle. They're few in number, but we've managed to assemble a small ground force. However, the Lace having lost Puna Bay, if any more ships, in order to prevent this, we need, in particular, try the number of the end this time.
Griffith 1, you are cleared for takeoff. Griffith 1, altitude restrictions canceled. Return to your mission. Good luck. Crux to Griffith 1. Check your MPG on the right side of the HUD. The MPG will display the number of landing ships from the port. Please pay careful attention to the MPG during this mission. So, you're Griffith 1, huh? I'm Major Berkman, Ground Force Commander. There are landing ships within the enemy fleet. We'll lose the battle if a battalion is allowed to make it ashore. Do not allow more than 3 landing ships to enter the port. We'll be risking our necks out here with you. Let's take back Port Patterson. Huh? Wait, I got something on radar. Put the city on high alert. I don't want to see so much as a kitten out on those streets. Just make sure that bridge is raised.
We've succeeded in destroying the enemy fleet.
The emblem of the Southern Cross. It was on that very day that the aircraft bearing the mark of the Southern Hemisphere brought about the defeat of Laysath forces. But the story barely made the news, and the Army showed no apparent reaction. Almost nightly, Laysath's commanding officer, Diego Gaspar Navarro, plays host to grand banquets within Gaius Tower. This evening, he is once again proudly trumpeting the glory of his airborne fortress. I've heard the speech so many times, it feels like I wrote it. Which, in a way, is a good thing, because it lets me concentrate on enjoying the food instead. As I gazed out the window at the night sky, I felt as if even the phases of the moon were somehow at odds with those of the Northern Hemisphere. The words of a fellow reporter, who fancied himself a connoisseur of fine wine, really got me thinking about the price of the glass of wine in my hand. One glass of it is roughly equivalent to several years of a Laysathian citizen's salary. Haven't the long years of civil war left Laysath an impoverished and war-torn nation? Whatever the case, much is unclear about the flow of money in Laysath. Ever since I arrived here, I've only covered stories the military had approved. However, this particular mystery just might be worth investigating on my own. The idea was nothing more than the product of an idle mind. At least at the time.
Okay, let's get started with a report of the situation. I think our best option under the circumstances would be to head towards Santa Elva. Santa Elva is a strategic location that we have to pass through to get to the capital, Griswold. However, there are several other strategic points on the way to Santa Elva. Which points you choose and in what order you do so is up to you. It looks like your decisions will affect the course of this battle. I know it's an immense responsibility, but there's no one else to count on. We're relying on you to get us through this. It appears that the enemy's Miller unit is gathering at Kings Hill. It looks like they're trying to take back Port Patterson. I wonder what they're up to. Next, we have reports that the Allied Davis unit is cut off at Stand Canyon. Gleipnir took off from Puna Base and is currently standing by at Terminus Island. With the long strike range of the Gleipnir, there's not much our forces can do. It appears that the enemy is moving towards Stand Canyon to eliminate our remaining forces. We'll need those remaining forces in our attack on Santa Elva, so I think we should probably send help. If left alone, they'll be helpless against the aerial fortress, just like what happened to us at Cape Aubrey. Also, Santa Elva is a key location for the enemy, and I think they'll concentrate their forces there. We'll have major problems if they send in their aerial fortress. I'll give you more details once you decide on a route. Please tell me which route you plan to take. The Gleipnir is now positioned above Terminus Island. It is using the troops stranded at, but their pin analysis of the S hoping to we have been
First Fleet to Third Fleet. Any sign of the Gleipnir?
Third Fleet. No sign of it yet.
Understood. Continue your patrol of the area.
What's that sound? Look! It's the Gleipnir!
Just get out there. Attack! Target the Gleipnir!
Commence cannon fire! Hit it with everything we've got!
The SWVM can't reach us here, but watch out for conventional ordnance.
Look! The disc on the bottom is starting to move! What's he go-
The ship's under the Gleipnir! Just disintegrated!
What the hell was that?
Second Fleet, do you read me? This is the First Fleet! Come in! Come in!
All of those ships destroyed in instinct. Such destructive power. I can't believe they've made such a terrifying weapon. Sir, Griffith 1. It appears the enemy has some kind of new super weapon. If they destroy the rest of our fleet, we'll no longer be able to sustain our military. The MPG will display damage to the Allied fleet. Protect them and keep the gauge from reaching max. I know it's a dangerous mission. We're counting on you, sir. All of those ships destroyed in instinct. Such destructive power. I can't believe they've made such a terrifying weapon. Sir, Griffith 1. It appears the enemy has some kind of new super weapon. If they destroy the rest of our fleet, we'll no longer be able to sustain our military. The MPG will display damage to the Allied fleet. Protect them and keep the gauge from reaching max. I know it's a dangerous mission. We're counting on you, sir. Did you hit it? Sir, that's it. Don't lose sight of it. Optical camouflage system critical. The system won't hold. All right. You're covered, load. We're sitting ducks up here. 1 down! Do you read me, Griffith 1? Sir!
First Fleet to Third.
All of those ships destroyed in instinct. Such destructive power. I can't believe they've made such a terrifying weapon. Sir, Griffith 1, it appears the enemy has some kind of new super weapon. If they destroy the rest of our fleet, we'll no longer be able to sustain our military. The MPG will display damage to the Allied fleet. Protect them and keep the gauge from reaching max. I know it's a dangerous mission. We're counting on you, sir. All of those ships destroyed in instinct. Such destructive power. I can't believe they've made such a terrifying weapon. Sir, Griffith 1, it appears the enemy has some kind of new super weapon. If they destroy the rest of our fleet, we'll no longer be able to sustain our military. The MPG will display damage to the Allied fleet. Protect them and keep the gauge from reaching max. I know it's a dangerous mission. We're counting on you, sir. Griffith 1 down! Do you read me, Griffith 1? Sir!
First Fleet to Third Fleet. Any sign of...
All of those ships destroyed in instinct. Such destructive power. I can't believe they've made such a terrifying weapon. Sir, Griffith 1, it appears the enemy has some kind of new super weapon. If they destroy the rest of our fleet, we'll no longer be able to sustain our military. The MPG will display damage to the Allied fleet. Protect them and keep the gauge from reaching max. I know it's a dangerous mission. We're counting on you, sir. SWPM. We think it's the same as the one used at Cape Audrey. It's too dangerous to fly at high altitude, trying to stay lower than the Great Pier. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, impact! Missile launched. Estimated time to impact, 15 seconds. Estimated time to impact, 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, impact!
We've succeeded in destroying the Gleipnir's SWBM. The surrounding area is no longer in any danger. Unfortunately, the Gleipnir escaped, but this victory has given us hope. I'm starting to feel like retaking Santa Elva is fastly becoming a reality. We have an emergency situation. The Miller unit has moved from Kings Hill for an assault on Fort Patterson. They reclaimed the city almost immediately. We've also confirmed the transport of supplies from the port to Santa Elva via Kings Hill. I had no idea this was in their plan. Sorry about that. On with the update. The Gleipnir has withdrawn from the combat zone and is now in Santa Elva. Furthermore, with the destruction of the Gleipnir's SWBM, long-range assaults are no longer a threat. Intelligence reports that Layseth forces are airlifting munitions from Port Patterson to Santa Elva. We think the munitions are for the airborne fortress Gleipnir. At this moment, there is no information on the enemy transport corps formation. Regardless, destroying all Port Patterson...
Something's wrong. Griffith 1, does something seem amiss? There are just too many transport aircraft. Decoy aircraft are probably mixed in with the formation. We can't confirm which one is the target. Try to find the real one and shoot it down. The target will get away if you don't focus your attacks. It's likely that there is only one target transport in each formation. Take a good look. Is there anything different? Perhaps in the way they fly? Enemy aircraft! Was there a leak? That's what the decoy aircraft are for. Only one shipment needs to get through. Keep us protected. We've got precious cargo on board. Help me! He's right behind me! I can't get him off me! Evasive maneuver successful. Return to base.
I'll now go over the if we had seen the previous battle, and even the port path.
I've got something on radar. The enemy. The Southern Cross is here. They're here already. Prepare the airborne fortress for takeoff. Are you crazy? Repairs aren't finished. The optical camouflage isn't working yet. I don't care. Prepare her for takeoff. One Aurelian fire is hardly a threat. If that's our orders, I won't take responsibility if anything should happen. What's wrong? You aren't gaining altitude! Thrust isn't responding like it should! I told you, the repairs aren't finished! Griffith 1, just as we thought, the Great Player isn't using the shot cannon. The SWPM has already been destroyed. Now's our chance. Finish it off. We're gonna need more than conventional weapons to take happened? What's wrong? You aren't gaining altitude. Thrust isn't responding like it should. I told you, the repairs aren't finished. Project 1. Just as we thought, the Great Bear isn't using the shot cannon. The SWPM has already been destroyed. Now's our chance. Finish it off. This guy never gives up!
The Gleipnir is no more. Shortly after our victory, ground forces successfully retook Santa Elva. The Santa Elva victory is fantastic news. But even more so, the defeat of the Gleipnir is sure to boost morale and give us a strategic advantage in this war. Next, we liberate the capital Griswold. We've already come this far, sir.
Unthinkable! The chatter of the nightly parties fell into silence. In place of the sumptuous banquet, weapons to protect the capital were rolled in. Griswold is in turmoil over the shocking news, but who would have thought that underneath the chaos lay an even greater story? Aurelia's exploitation of Laysath was all a ruse. In fact, Aurelia had been Laysath's largest benefactor in aid. The truth remained hidden from the public, while any aid meant for food was spent on arms. Why did this happen? Why was a lavish party held to boast the performance of their newest weapon? The trail of money surrounding Diego Navarro would lead me to the answer. Diego Navarro is not only Laysath's commanding officer, but also controls their arms industry. He has used continued conflict as a means to amass an enormous fortune. This war was conceived as a replacement for the Civil War to further increase arms sales. I can't help but wonder how much of this truth the soldiers risking their lives for Laysath really know. The classified documents contained much more than just information on the airborne fortress. The transfer of financial revenue and commodities were also recorded in great detail. What does all of this have to do with Laysath's commanding officer Diego Navarro? Even after all that's happened, why does he still seem so naturally at ease? I've unwittingly found myself fearing for the safety of the Southern Cross.
All right, let me brief you on the main locations on the route to Griswold. Sir, please choose a route. First, remnant enemy soldiers are regrouping at the Kalana Steps and are planning an attack on Santa Elva. They currently aren't a threat, but we're curious as to what they're planning. I guess we're not much different from them in size or strength. The enemy Special Forces Skilla unit has set up camp at Sachana Air Base. They're not a squad you want to take on directly, but they're currently busy preparing to send reinforcements to the Kalana Steppes. This might be the perfect time to catch them off guard. It appears that Laysath forces are shipping supplies to a large-scale manufacturing plant in Montebriz. It seems that they're manufacturing something, but there is a large radar facility close by on Mount Nevera. The Nevera jammer is located there, and we're unable to monitor their movements. The jamming extends as far as Griswold, so we need to do something about it. Although we really need to find out what's going on at Montebriz as well. Our capital is not far ahead. However, Griswold is heavily fortified and protected by the Mezim cannon. Fierce resistance is expected, but we must pull together and take back Griswold. we are planning a surprise attack to recapture our country's largest airbase, the Sachana airbase. The base, with its large supply warehouses, is a crucial strategic point, as well as a vital supply channel. By securing Sachana airbase, our forces will gain a necessary staging point for a combined Allied assault on the capital. At present, the Laysath Air Force is grounded, but they're mobilizing to aid ground forces fighting on the Kalana steppes. The Skilla unit is also rumored to be stationed at Sachana airbase. They are an elite team, highly skilled in anti-aircraft tactics. A head-on confrontation must be avoided at all costs. Therefore, we have devised a plan to penetrate deep into enemy territory and strike while their attention is still focused on the Kalana steppes. A sweeping, however, by flying at an altitude of 1,300 feet, you should be able to make it through undetected. A sudden and precise strike on the base will greatly increase our chances of winning without risking a head-on confrontation.
Avoid flying over enemy patrol boats on the river or you'll be spotted. Destroy them before that happens.
Also, be sure to fly below 1,300 feet.
Keep an eye on your HUD and avoid the enemy radar net. Patrol boats, report. This is patrol. Nothing. Radar alert! We've picked up a suspicious aircraft. It's Aurelian. Roger that. All fighters, once now. It's no good. We've been spotted by the enemy. We'll have to try again later. Please return to base. Avoid flying over enemy patrol boats on the river or you'll be spotted. Destroy them before that happens.
Also, be sure to fly below 1,300 feet.
Keep an eye on your HUD and avoid the enemy radar net. Patrol boats, report. This is patrol. Nothing out of the ordinary. It's a quiet night. Radar alert! We've picked up a suspicious aircraft. It's Aurelian. Roger that. All fighters, once now. It's no good. We've been spotted by the enemy. We'll have to try again later. Please return to base. Avoid flying over enemy patrol boats on the river or you'll be spotted. Destroy them before that happens.
Also, be sure to fly below 1,300 feet.
Keep an eye on your HUD and avoid the enemy radar net. Patrol boats. Radar alert! We've picked up a suspicious aircraft. It's Aurelian. Roger that. All fighters, once now. It's no good. We've been spotted by the enemy. We'll have to try again later. Please return to base. Avoid flying over enemy patrol boats on the river or you'll be spotted. Destroy them before that happens.
Also, be sure to fly below 1,300 feet.
Keep an eye on your HUD and avoid the enemy radar net. Patrol boats, report. location of the tower searchlight on the water. In any case, this really is a great spot. Wish we could do a little fishing on a break. Once the damn Morellians are taken care of, you can fish all you want. But until then, you'll just have to wait. You can't rely on radar alone. It's not perfect, you know. We got it covered. That's why we're out here in the water, right? To Griffith 1. You've cleared the enemy radar net. Now get in there and attack the base. Griffith 1, begin landing check. You're cleared to land. Three miles to touchdown. Two miles to touchdown. One mile to touchdown. You're coming in too fast. Slow down. You're pretty good, sir. Stand by and prepare for your next sortie.
The surprise attack was air power from... LASAF has taken advantage of Mount Nevera's height and built a large-scale jamming station known as the Nevera Jammer, with enough power to effectively blanket the capital and all surrounding areas. The station is also blocking our ability to observe enemy activity in Monte Breeze. Responsibility for taking care of the jamming station before it further interferes with the war effort has fallen into our hands. An array of high-performance SAMs and AA guns provide the Nevera Jammer with a formidable defense. The high-performance SAMs are difficult to avoid, even for the most. You're done for the second you. The high-performance. We must therefore locate the transmitters. Make sure that.
Pilot, check your plane and prepare for refueling. 1 mile to refueling craft. You're coming in too fast. Slow down. 100 yards to go. Yards to go. Griffith 1, maintain your current flight path. Perfect, sir. Commencing refueling. Can you see some old steel towers? Do you read me? This is Kirk. I lost contact for a moment. Any change in the situation? Fly within range of the defense system, and you'll be tracked by a powerful radar. If the enemy gets a lock on you, fly out of there as soon as possible. Can you see some old steel towers? The electric power transmitter should be near the towers. You're being tracked by enemy radar. It's the defense system. Get out of there now! We've got severe jamming. The radar is completely useless. Lock-on's not going to work either. You'll have to use unguided weapons to take out the enemy. Attention! Do you read me? This is Kirk. I lost contact for a moment. Any change in the situation? Fly within range of the defense system, and you'll be tracked by a powerful radar. If the enemy gets a lock on you, fly out of there as soon as possible. Can you see some old steel towers? The electric power transmitter should be near the towers. No change in defense system power. It looks like that facility wasn't the one.
We've destroyed the Nevera jammer and freed up the airwaves. Now we have a clear view of Griswold and Montebreeze. Emergency transmission. Enemy troops from the Kalana Steppes have invaded Santa Elva and are moving to reclaim the city. The people are in a state of panic. Our supply lines have been cut right under our noses. Signs of enemy movement have been confirmed on other fronts as well. We've succeeded in ending radar interference from Mount Nevera. This has allowed us to get a clear picture of Montebreeze. Although the advance unit has already... Citizen morale is at an all-time high, with liberation corps forming throughout the country, all thanks to your heroic deeds, sir. Our beloved Aurelia, shattered by the Laysath assault, is struggling to once again become one. We must not let them down. With the destruction of the Nevera jammer, we have been able to ascertain the extent of enemy action here in Montebreeze. This area is littered with industrial complexes which Laysath appears to have refitted as weapons plants to manufacture something of great importance. Transport units have when the Nevera... It seems that they have also... We must be aware. Use special...
remaining transport aircraft will be displayed on your HUD. Make sure you destroy them all. Is that it for the cargo? Alright, let's get out of here. The enemy is far from here. Are the factory explosives set? No problem. Landmines and explosives set. Update. An uprising of Aurelian citizens has broken broken out nearby. We have reports that they are en route to the east factory to acquire weapons. Civilians on a battlefield? Huh? Bunch of fools. We must retreat to our northeast area of operation as soon as possible. Aurelian fighters are coming! Move it! All right, Griffith Warren!
Testing! Soldiers of Lasath, can you hear us? We are the Aurelian Liberation Corps. You've had your way long enough. Prepare to see just how dangerous we Aurelians can be.
Danger! Withdraw immediately! Can you hear me? Leave the area immediately!
Hey, do you think they can hear us? There's no response at all.
I hacked into the Army's communications. You gotta switch to incoming transmissions or you'll never pick up anything.
Well, it doesn't really matter, as long as they hear us. All right, we're heading for the factories. We'll steal additional weapons before heading for the capital. Yeah!
Stop the train! The factories are rigged with explosives! Clark to Griffith Squadron. The Liberation Corps doesn't know the factories are rigged with explosives. The distance from the nearest factory to the Liberation Corps will be displayed on your MPT. Protect the Liberation Corps. Destroy the factories along the railway before the train gets too close. Onward! Onward! We'll steal Lasath's weapons and use them to take back Gravay! We'll show Lasath just how pissed we really are! Warning! Stop the train and leave the area! Do you read me? Stop the train! Just as I thought, it's no use, they can't hear us! Yahoo! That fighter's one of our guys, isn't it? Hey! Give us a lift, will ya? I think that's the point intercept.
Your altitude is too low. Pull up.
Griffith 1. Things have just gotten worse. The Liberation Corps train is picking up speed. Warning! Stop the train and leave the area! Do you read me? Stop the train! transport aircraft will be displayed on your HUD. Make sure you destroy them all. Is that it for the cargo? All right, let's get out of here. Yes, far from here. Are the factory explosives? factories are rigged with explosives. Crux to Griffith Squadron. The Liberation Corps doesn't know the factories are rigged with explosives. The distance from the nearest factory to the Liberation Corps will be displayed on your MPG. Protect the Liberation Corps. Destroy the factories along the railway before the train gets too close. Onward! Onward! We'll steal Lathap's weapons and use them to take back Griswold! We're totally as we really are! Warning! Stop the train and leave the area! Do you read me? Stop the train! Just as I thought, it's no use, they can't hear us! Yahoo! opponents have been eliminated. Take a well-deserved breather.
They were trying to escape with MBSRs. Apparently, they were used to intensify.